Dove Climb is the biggest fucking loser on the planet.
Something we finally need to tell our fans about and the people who follow the Game Day NFL.
It's big news. This is big news.
For a while there, the Game Day NFL was replying to a bunch of big name accounts on Twitter, JPA Football,
ML Football, a lot of reporters and accounts that like to give news.
The people listening at home, you know the Caps Off podcast is brought to you by the Game Day, and we are some of the people that are active on that Game Day NFL account, and it made us look really bad. The Game Day NFL was replying to all these people with like really heinous shit.
That was actually fucked up.
Like attacking.
They were calling like people racist.
Saying that like you're a loser, you just like sit at home and just post stuff for clicks. For a while this was happening and we had no idea who this was.
It was happening for a minute, and there would be nights where there would be like 100 tweets from the Game Day NFL account that was all from this person who had like hacked the account. And the bad part is that at first it was directed towards JPA Football, which is a cool account.
But we've spoken to JPA. We know he's a cool guy. Like, we have no beef with him.
And then he started attacking guys like Jordan Schultz,
who's been on the pod many times.
Yeah, we're very friendly with him.
So it was bad. It happened like a year ago where our account attacked like ML Football, and then it stopped, and then it started happening again like a few months ago. Not to mention, after this started happening, we conducted like an internal investigation with our team because we're like, yo, somebody is just mad at these accounts. It's within our team. We changed the password like 6 different times.
Limited access between like only like us and then this other guy, Steph, who managed the account at the time. That was it.
So we knew who had the accounts. We changed them like a million times, yet this thing was still happening. So maybe someone's thinking it's a third-party account. Someone's using a third-party account. You go on settings on Twitter and you can see the other platforms that have access to your account. So we disabled everything, right? So like literally nothing could have access to our account. So leads me to the night. The Cowboys are playing the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. I'm tuned in. Obviously my team's playing. Then I get a message from somebody who's like, hey, I just got attacked by the Game Day NFL account, and I know that you guys work over there. You know what's going on? It doesn't seem like it's you guys. Seems like someone like has hacked your account.
Like it's not the way that we usually tweet or talk.
He's like, I have a feeling I know who it is. And I was like, whoa. Woo. That's interesting because we've been trying to figure this out for a while. We've done an internal investigation. At this point,
gave up.
We just kind of gave up. We're like, we're just going to have to delete the tweets after they happened. But keep in mind, like some of these nights, there were like 150 tweets. It was impossible to delete everything.
And it was copy and paste every time. It was as if someone was just sitting from behind and just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, attack.
We have so many receipts too. Jordan Schultz is sick and wants free engagement, so he plays down because he wants free money from Elon. He should be unfollowed.
Oh my God. We would never say that to Jordan.
Look how much irrelevant stuff he posts and all the true or false. He seems desperate. That's also to Jordan. We've worked with Jordan. Like,
this is coming from the Game Day NFL account, which has tens of thousands of followers, but this stuff just isn't on brand, obviously. And it just looks really bad, obviously, to the industry, who a lot of people are following.
He's just a walking L who is desperate for views. To JPA Football.
You get the point. There's been a lot of childish tweets that have been sent out from the Game Day NFL towards other aggregators.
Okay, continue. Thursday Night Football.
So Thursday Night Football. So I get a text and they say, I think I know who it is. Call me if you can. So I call this person and they say, yeah, I've been following this happening for the past couple weeks. I saw that this doesn't line up with you guys. I know you guys. I know the people at the Game Day and the accounts that you guys have, and like it just doesn't line up. And so because I've been following, I have an idea of who it is. And then he goes and he says, it's Dove Climbing.
Whoa! Shit.
And so at that point, we didn't have it confirmed. So, but this is the biggest lead that we got so far. It's like somebody coming out and saying it. I'm eager to hear what's going on. So then he really dives into the story, and he says that Dove, about a year before this, had been caught. There was actually an article written on how Dove was using burner accounts to attack other aggregators. And then, they did an investigation. They traced the IP addresses all back to Dove. So they found out that these burner accounts were with Dove. They published a story and everything. And the language that was used in these burner accounts is the same exact language that our tweets were consisting of, right? It was literally, like you mentioned, these tweets that we had on the Game Day NFL account were copy and pasted a million times. Same copy and paste tweets from these burner accounts that were traced to Dove previously.
So fucking pathetic.
What the fuck?
He's like, so I'm pretty sure it's him. You need to find a way to confirm that he has access to your account. Do you have any way he might have access to your account? I was like, dude, like we removed all third-party apps and everything like that. He was like, it looks like it could be through TweetDeck, which, by the way, does not exist anymore. When Twitter moved to X, they got rid of TweetDeck. But there's like a third-party Google Chrome extension. It's not an official Google Chrome extension that you can get from Google Chrome itself. You have to like code it into your system. So he's like, I've seen Dove Climbing tweet screenshots of TweetDeck, what looks to be TweetDeck. It looks exactly like what TweetDeck used to be and what this extension supposedly is. And since it doesn't exist, it looks like he has this extension. So the only way to find out would be to code this extension in yourself and see if he's somehow connected to it. I was like, you know what, fuck it, man. I got nothing to lose. So
Meanwhile, you got a great Seahawks Cowboys game.
I got a great Seahawks Cowboys, but I'm actually like tapped into this shit. This shit's exciting as fuck, bro. I feel like James Bond or some shit. It's weird. I have to code it in, and then I get the extension, and then I have to like exit Chrome, restart the computer type shit, come back in, and then TweetDeck. Now all of a sudden, the old version of TweetDeck works. Now I'm like, I'm in, right? I'm texting him. I'm like, yo, I'm in. So then I go into the settings. I go into permissions. There's two names. The first, FF45. My name's Felipe Fontes.
Of course.
That's my burner I used to use for the TweetDeck, just so I could tweet from the Game Day NFL as an employee. And then the other account that was there as well, Dove Kleiman.
Woo! Give a little backstory as Dove and the Game Day's relationship as to how that came about and why he'd have access to TweetDeck.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So it's like, how the hell did he ever get access, right? So we figured it out. And the reason I was so confident when I had to go dig into this as well is because of this history. When the Game Day was first starting, they needed help on just tweeting from the account, like growing the Twitter, just growing the socials in general. And one of the strategies was, let's pay people with bigger followings to tweet from our account, to live tweet, to like
Twitter takeovers.
Twitter takeovers, right?
In the primetime games, we would get people to do a Twitter takeover. So we had Dove do that, right?
So then I go back into the history. I'm like, I think Dove probably did this for us once. I go back into our DMs, the Game Day NFL and Dove's DMs, go all the way back to September 2020, and that's when the first exchange of the account was given. So this is before all of us were actually working here. And so apparently how that takeover went was the Game Day gave him the account for the first half of the game. He was supposed to do the full game. He was so bad during it that they just took him off, and then our head of social at the time took over the Twitter. And so he couldn't even do that. But in the process, obviously, of Twitter moving to X and all this stuff happening when TweetDeck was completely removed, Dove always had access. He just kept access.
He turned himself into an administrator.
During the one half that he had it.
Yeah, well, no, definitely gave himself permission while he had account. So whenever you change the password, that doesn't affect the TweetDeck. And especially afterwards when TweetDeck doesn't exist anymore, this Chrome extension allowed him to still have access no matter how many times we change the passwords. Because when you look on Twitter or X today, there's no trace of TweetDeck. And so it's almost like a dark web back-end loophole to be able to actually tweet from an account without anyone knowing it. So he probably thought we would never figure it out because you can't see it on Twitter. However, we did.
Think about how much of a loser and how little of a life you have to have. The amount of time that this man has taken just to do this, to attack other people. Dove, you are a fucking loser. Get a life. Do not take other people down just to make yourself feel better. Do something productive and don't be a dick.
This whole thing is why Dove Kleiman is by far the worst person in sports. He took a fucking year to just attack other people.
Nah, he is. And he attacked people who we love.
People who we have relationships with.
We have relationships with.
What can't go unnoticed is the fact that this is not the first time. So the fact that he does it again after already being exposed for doing it just goes to show like what this guy's priorities are, and it's ridiculous.
Tweet him this video so he sees it. I want to make sure Dove sees this video.
And to JPA, to Jordan, to Ari,
everyone that was attacked.
We are so sorry. I wish it was us. It would have been fun.
I don't wish it was us.
Well, we wouldn't have done it.
We would never have done that.
That's the thing, that a person who is supposedly reputable, that has hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter, used our account, used the Game Day NFL account to attack other reputable people. It's fucked
ridiculous.
up.
He's sad. Walking L.